All right,
Yes.
cool. And then over here, I believe I have Anthony.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Anthony, how you doing, man?
Good. How about you?
I'm blessed, man. Thank you for asking. I appreciate that. All right, and then down here, I believe it says Natalie.
Yes, hi, how are you?
Good. How are you doing, Natalie?
I'm doing good.
That's good to hear. I like your little background there.
All things. Does that
You're welcome.
work for you or no?
What was that?
Does that work for you guys? or
Yeah,
is that
no,
a problem?
that's perfect. No, honestly, I actually do really like it. That's why. All right.
Oh, okay.
All right, cool. And then we got, I believe over here it says Alfonso.
That's correct, yes.
Perfect. How you doing today, Alfonso?
I'm doing great. Yourself?
I'm blessed, bro. Like I say, I get to stare at the beautiful mountains, so I'm not gonna complain one bit over here. All right, guys. So, hold on. I think we have one more person hopping on, guys. Give me a quick second. While they're connecting to audio, guys. It looks like they might have some trouble. So, if anything, we'll go ahead and get started, guys. So, my name's Javier Diaz, guys. I'm the assistant manager here at Scorpion Enterprises. Honestly, I'm not too sure how many of these group Zoom interviews you guys have done in the past, but I'm pretty sure with the whole pandemic situation, you guys have probably done like a million of these. Biggest reason why we're actually doing these group Zoom interviews is because we do have a lot of applicants applying for the position, and we do want to offer the opportunity to as many people as possible. So that's why we're having these group Zoom interviews, just to get to know the person a little bit more. We do have your guys' resumes and stuff like that, but honestly, to us, there's only so much we can learn from a piece of paper. So that's actually why we like to have these preliminary first round interviews, just to get to know the person a bit more. If you guys are actually selected to come into the office, that's going to be a more personalized one-on-one interview. That's when they're going to go into further depth and detail about the position, and they'll also let you guys know about anything else you guys have like questions or concerns about as well. But like I said, guys, my job today is really just to get to know you guys, put a face to a page. So let's go. I hate to put you on the spot, but you were the first one here. So let's go ahead and start off with Alexia. So tell me a little bit about yourself. Where are you from? What are you currently doing? And what are you looking to get out of your future career opportunity?
Okay, so I am Alexia. I'm from Glendora, California. Right now, I'm currently working two jobs. I work at Chick-fil-A, and I also work as a student support assistant at Azusa Unified School District. And so what that does is I specialize with one-on-one students who have special learning disabilities. And just help them to stay on task when it comes to performing their schoolwork. And for what I'm looking for next in whatever it is career-wise, is just somewhere that I can grow professionally and get a little bit more experience, just like in, full-time jobs rather than like retail jobs. Those are things that I've done mostly. But I just want somewhere that is going to invest into me and invest in my future as well as my future with the company. Somewhere that is going to provide me with the resources that allow me to be successful with my company. And just something that is going to be more stable.
Gotcha. That makes a lot of sense, Alexia. And how long have you been working at Chick-fil-A for?
I haven't been there for too long. It's been about 6 months.
6 months. Gotcha. And then how long have you been working at the school district?
That has also been around, I think, about 4 months now.
4 months. Gotcha. And how do you enjoy working at the district? Because I know you were saying that you work with kids that have learning disabilities.
Yes, I love working with the kids. It was definitely difficult at first, but I mean, these kids, they hold such a special place in my heart. It's a lot of patience that I had to learn, just so that I can be able to understand where they're coming from. But I mean, it's a really rewarding job for me, definitely.
Yeah, no, honestly, that's actually something really cool. We actually have a couple people here that actually used to do the same thing, and that's the number one thing they say, that you have to have a lot of patience for that job. So that's actually pretty cool, because that's almost like giving back to the kids. So I actually think that's actually really cool. But Alexia, what was the specific thing that, like, the biggest thing that really drew you to this company, made you want to apply for this position?
Honestly, the description that I saw within the company, it seemed really professional to me. And it just sounded like a place that was not only going to be able to, like I said, like provide me a place to grow, but was also going to be like a positive work environment, which is something that is important to me. I don't want to work in a place that, you know, it's like kind of negative, someplace that doesn't really encourage their employees. And with the description, like something that really stood out to me was that you guys said that like this is a place that you can grow and a place that you can like love the company, and that's something that really called my attention.
Gotcha. Makes a lot of sense. Well, thank you, Alexia. All right, next let's go with Mr. Anthony. So Anthony, tell me a little bit about yourself, man. Where are you from? What are you currently doing, and what are you looking to get out of your future career opportunity?
Well, hi again. My name is Anthony Gonzalez. I am from Rancho Cucamonga, not too far away from LA. Right now, I just work at In-N-Out. I've been working there for about 14 years.
Wow.
So I just want to do something new. I've been working since I was like in high school. It was cool, it was fun, but now I'm just want to do something else. And what drew me to this company is that I think, you know, it's good, positive attitude, good growth, and just something new career change for me.
Gotcha.
That's pretty much short and sweet how it is.
Gotcha. And a quick question is the In-N-Out food still good for yourself? Because I know you were there for 14 years, so I don't know, maybe you got tired of it for being there that long.
After a while, you know, everyone wants to get that like 3-by, that 4-by, and smash it with like animal style.
Yeah.
Like after a while, it doesn't really like your stomach starts to like, you know,
Yeah.
get all wheezy from it. So then I just start eating protein, and now I'm just stick with hamburger protein.
Nice.
That's it.
Nice, man. And then, so you said you were there for 14 years, right? In-N-Out.
Yeah, I was there since I'm 30 now, so I was there since I was 16.
Oh man, yeah, that's pretty crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then why the change in like why do you want to go from like customer service now to like kind of like sales and marketing aspect?
Well, there would be times I also was trying to be a manager too. So I got to the highest point where it was a level 7, and basically if the manager's not there, you're in charge. And it was cool. So usually my manager would have to do meetings or stuff, so I would end up taking care. So when you go to an In-N-Out and you see everyone working, there's one guy or two kind of delegating everyone else. And after a while, it could get pretty hectic with customers coming in and say, "Hey, I didn't get this right. I didn't do this wrong." You know, we have to mind them and make sure they all get what they want, because customers are always right on our end.
Mm-hmm.
So normally we take care of them, and that would be me. I would have to come in and talk to them. So delegating and talking to them and making them walk away with happiness is something that I liked in my field. I just can't do it all the time.
Gotcha.
And in that field, over there, but now I can do it somewhere else where I can grow and be more blessed and loved in it.
Gotcha. No, that makes a lot of sense, man. Well, thank you, Anthony.
Thank you.
All right, next let's go with Miss Natalie. So Natalie, same for you. Where are you from? What are you currently doing, and what are you looking to get out of your future career opportunity?
Okay, so yeah, my name is Natalie. I live in Riverside. I'm 33 years old, and I was currently I'm a medical assistant. Went to school for real estate as well. But I just kind of backed up a little bit because I was getting myself into too much. I was working 2 jobs and doing real estate. You know, it's a lot of work. It's a hard work. So what I liked about the company is that the marketing, sales. I love sales. So it's something I'm interested in. Something I've been involved in. Like I worked for Horizon Solar, so I worked selling products and stuff like that, like the solar panels and stuff. And actually I got to sell ones, so it was so awesome. I was like, oh my God, if I could sell like a lot of, if I could sell huge amount of product, and make some good profit out of it, it was so cool, So I was like, I think I'm good. I think I would be good in learning and growing more in sales and marketing and stuff like that, and expanding in that aspect as well. Currently, right now, my job is I'm just caregiving right now on call. but I've worked in hospitals. I've been in hospitals and stuff like that. I've worked for AT&T as well. So I did sales in AT&T.
Gotcha. So yeah, I mean, obviously you have that sales experience. I mean, you said you've done some for AT&T. You've done some with solar panels, and I know selling solar panels isn't the easiest thing. So it's pretty crazy that you were able to get some sales off. So that's actually pretty cool. And then for yourself, what was the biggest thing that really drew you to this business and made you want to apply for like obviously you love the sales and marketing is what I'm getting from you, but is there anything else specifically that really drew you to this company?
What drew me is that it's that there's growth, that there's an expansion, and you can always grow, and that's something that I'm looking forward to grow in that environment. Definitely, I agree with the young lady, a positive environment. I've been blessed enough to work in environments where they're encouraging and good training and stuff. So it seemed like something I went through it, and I was like, oh, this seems like something that I'd be interested in. So that's why I applied.
Gotcha. Makes a lot of sense. Well, thank you, Natalie. Thank you. All right, next let's go with Mr. Alfonso. So Alfonso, tell me a little bit about yourself, man. Where are you from? What are you currently doing, and what are you looking to get out of your future career opportunity?
How's it going, everyone? I'm from Riverside, just like Natalie. I'm looking for a big career change. Lately, I've been a supervisor at a residential facility for kids who've been abused. Before that, I was a clinical supervisor for an ABA company. Before that, doing behavioral therapy. It's been real fun. I've enjoyed it. As a clinical supervisor, I've had to go in the homes, make sure everyone does a good job they're supposed to do. Dispel any concerns that the parents have, or just explain to them, hey, this is the reason we're doing this process or that process, and try to get them involved.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha, man. And then that's what you're currently doing right now. You said you're working with kids that have been abused in the past.
I recently left that job. It just got a little too much. Had a kid try to stab me, and it was just a bit of my limit.
Oh man, yeah, I think that'll be anybody's limit right there. And then how long did you work at that job for?
I was there for about 8 months.
8 months. And then
8 months.
And then what are you currently doing right now?
Well, I had a nice cushiony savings account, so right now I'm just trying to find a good job.
Gotcha. And then why a position in like sales and marketing? Why is that something that intrigued you?
So I can be very charismatic and much of a people person. Whenever I have any clients who are upset or have many concerns, I kind of dispel their concerns pretty fast. So it seems like it'll be an easy transition. I have to do a lot of customer service, and customer service is pretty much all there is in mental health. Gotcha,
man. Makes a lot of sense. All right. Well, thank you, Alfonso. All right, and then next, I know you hopped on a little bit late. What was your name, miss, with the blue top?
Yes. Adriana.
Adriana, perfect. Let me make sure I have the right one. Adriana, it says Shavarin?
Chavarin, yes.
Chavarin, perfect. Okay, so basically, just so to kind of touch base again, like I said, my name is Javier Diaz. I'm the assistant manager here at Scorpion Enterprises. Today, this interview is going to be really quick and brief. It's really just more of a meet and greet just to get to know you a little bit more. If you guys are selected to come into the office, that's going to be a more personalized one-on-one interview. But this one's really more like a preliminary, just to get to know you guys a little bit more and see if we want to move forward with you guys. So, just tell me a little bit about yourself, Adriana. Like, where are you from? What are you currently doing? And what are you looking to get out of your future career opportunity?
So I currently live in Laverne. I'm currently working at Home Depot. And I'm honestly just trying to get something different, more like an office or like sales, just something different. I used to work as a receptionist. I also worked like in a warehouse, like a dispatcher. So kind of something more different towards that way. I also worked at Home Depot, Walmart. So I'm kind of not really something more that can make me grow, like a bigger company and.
Gotcha. And then, so for yourself, what was like the specific thing that really drew you to this company and made you want to apply for the position?
I just heard like it was a good company, something, like I said, like something to grow and something to stay and, you know, eventually retire somewhere and just something more like comfortable and yeah.
Gotcha. And then, so obviously you said right now you're working at Home Depot, right?
Yes.
How long have you been in that position for?
It's been like a year.
A year? Gotcha.
Yeah. So I work at the pro desk. So I do like quotes. I have customers come in and like I'll do like their orders on the computer. I'll send out deliveries. Just trying to help them find which items they want. Like when they're building something, like just kind of give them options, just like on the computer, different options of what things they want.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Adriana.
Yes.
All right, guys. So, guys, like I said, today was going to be a real quick, brief interview. It's really more of a meet and greet. So, right now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and explain a little bit about the position, scheduling, pay, and stuff like that. If you guys have any questions, we'll save those for the end. But before I get into any of that, let me just explain a little bit about myself so you guys aren't sitting there like, who the heck is this guy that I'm talking to? So, like I said, guys, my name's Javier Diaz. I'm the assistant manager here at Scorpion Enterprises. I've been with the company going on for about a year and 3 months now. Previously, before joining Scorpion, I had done all kinds of different positions like warehouse jobs, retail jobs, construction jobs. Used to do a little bit of HVAC installation where they actually had me crawling inside of the attics. That job was actually pretty fun. I did learn a lot of new things, but the only thing about that is when it gets 100 degrees out here in California, the last place that you guys want to be is crawling inside of an attic. So I figured out real quick that's not something I want to do for the rest of my life. So the most recent one before joining Scorpion was actually in the jewelry industry. I was actually a jeweler for about 8 years. That job was actually pretty cool. I actually loved doing that job. It was something super fun, something unique, something honestly I would have never thought I would have done, but I was actually pretty good at it. The biggest two reasons why I ended up leaving that position after eight years though was because of two main things. So one, I was with the company for about 8 years and they only gave me a pay raise once. And I'm pretty sure you guys are probably aware that we're living in the most expensive state in the US, so that was one of the biggest things. And then the second thing was that I was with them for 8 years and they never offered me like any opportunity to get promoted or level up within the company. So after a while, I kind of just felt like I was doing the same repetitive thing over and over again, and I was really going nowhere fast. So that's when I decided, you know what, making $15 an hour, only working 40 hours a week just isn't going to cut it out here in California. So I decided to go on Indeed and hit the apply all button. Honestly, at that time, I had no idea what I wanted to do. I just knew that I didn't want to be in that position that I was in. So I went on Indeed, I hit the apply all button. At first, it was a little bit rough just because I did get a couple of interviews from a couple of different companies. And all of these companies were actually really good companies, but the only thing about them is that a lot of them wanted me to have like 1 or 2 years of experience. But during that time, it felt like no one was really willing to give me the opportunity to give me the 1 or 2 years of experience. So at first it was a little bit rocky, but luckily Scorpion was one of the few companies to reach out to me. Biggest two reasons why I took the interview with Scorpion was because of two main things. So the first one was that I seen on the webpage that it required 0 experience. And me, before coming to this, I had never done sales, I had never done marketing. Honestly, I had never even managed anyone. So it was something that was really out of my comfort zone, but I knew that it said 0 experience required. And then the second biggest thing was that it talked a lot about growth within the company. During that time, the biggest thing that I was looking for was growth within the company. So that those two things really caught my attention. So I decided to take the interview. So when I came in, I sat down with the CEO of the company. His name's Aaron Corral. He sat me down. He outlined this 12 to 14 month MIT program for myself. Or before I get into that, do you guys know what an MIT program is?
No.
No? Okay, perfect. So MIT program, guys, is a management and training program. It's where we bring someone on board and we cross-train them through all the different departments, starting with the sales and marketing aspect of it. Then this person starts learning more of the managing aspect of it. So eventually they get to learn more of the behind the scenes, like the administrative side, HR department, how to do payroll, basically everything that runs the back end of a small business until they gain the proper skill set to get into more of a management position. So he did tell me there was a lot of room to learn and grow within the company, and that's something that caught my attention right away. He did tell me though, before I was able to manage anyone, I was gonna have to learn the sales and marketing side of it. And if we're being completely honest, that was probably something I wasn't super excited about. Coming into the business, I was more of a, you could say, introvert. I was more antisocial. My old job, all I really had to do was put my headphones in, sit behind the desk and work on jewelry. And now here it was requiring me to have to speak to people on a daily basis. So it was honestly something that I was not comfortable with, but at the same time, I knew why I was leaving my old job. I wanted somewhere where I can grow within the company, and if we're being completely honest, guys, the only way someone's ever going to be able to grow is if they decide to get out of their comfort zone. So I decided to go ahead and take the position. The first couple of weeks were really just focusing on the sales and marketing side of it. It was just getting comfortable doing face-to-face interactions, customer acquisitions, and understanding ROIs. At first, like I said, it was rocky because I really wasn't a people person. But after about 2 weeks with the training we have here, I started getting pretty good at the sales and marketing, and that's when I started to enjoy it more. So I got to do all kinds of different sales, like door-to-door, retail to retail, business to business, in-store. Did a little bit of telemarketing as well. Now looking back at it, I'm actually pretty grateful that I went through that part of the program because I feel like my communication skills have gotten so much better. And not only that, I actually feel pretty confident now going into any other company, knowing that I can increase their bottom line by 10%. And that's a really good skill set to have because I know there's not one company outside of here that's gonna tell you not to bring in more revenue. So I'm pretty grateful that I went through those first few weeks of the program. So after those first few weeks, the next phase of my development is actually what we call the supervisor account manager role, where now I was still doing the sales and marketing, but now 90% of my focus was on managing a small group of people. So they put me in charge of someone that was around my parents' age and also someone that was fresh out of high school. Just because I'm pretty sure you guys know that someone that's 50 years old is gonna have a different personality and different ego than someone that's 18 years old. So it's really just understanding the psychology of how to effectively communicate with someone. So at first it started with me managing a team of 5 to 10 people. We would hold like weekly meetings, go over weekly goal sessions. We would just really focus on the developmental side of it. After that, after a few weeks, it went from a team of 5 to 10 to me managing a team of 20 people. And then I also tried to learn more of the recruitment and interview process as well. So at that point, I think I was only in the business for about 4 months, and I was already learning how to manage, learning how to recruit, and learning how to interview. So I was already building my resume way quicker here with this company than I did with my old employer that I was at for 8 years. So I thought that was actually pretty cool. So after that, the next phase of my development is actually the position that I'm in right now, which is the assistant manager, what we call a behind the scenes role, where now 100% of the focus is in the office, working side by side with the CEO, getting all the hands-on experience on the back end of the business. So basically learning the administrative side, the HR department, how to put people on payroll, how to do background checks, how to do profit loss reports, the banking, the finances, basically everything that runs the back end of a small business. Honestly, to me, this was probably my favorite part of the whole program, just because I do have a couple of friends that are actually going to business school and they're paying a lot of money to learn this stuff. And here I'm actually getting that same experience, but it's actually hands-on and I'm getting paid while I'm doing it. So to me, this was probably the best part of the whole program. So after a few weeks, once Aaron sees that this individual has everything down, at that point they get promoted to the management position. And that's when they get to decide if they want to stay here in Ontario and co-run the business with him, or they can either choose to go and expand into the open markets we have across California. So here in our office, guys, we do oversee our contract with Assurance Wireless and T-Mobile. Have any of you guys ever heard of the California Lifeline program? No? Okay, perfect. So the California Lifeline program, guys, it's a federalized state program that has a contract with T-Mobile, and they provide low-income communities with either a free home Wi-Fi or a free smartphone with unlimited data. So right now I really hesitate calling it sales because we're more helping T-Mobile out with their community outreach program. We're just taking our marketing experience to promote something that's free to the consumer, but in reality it's meant to help families out. And the biggest reason why T-Mobile wants to work with us is because they tried all kinds of indirect marketing strategies in the past, such as like the billboards, the TV ads, commercials, junk mail. But let me ask you guys a question. Let's say you guys are watching a YouTube video and an ad pops up. What's usually the first thing you guys do when an ad pops up? Yeah, more than likely people just skip it, right? Or what happens if you guys get like a piece of mail that says, hey, you guys have been pre-qualified for a credit card? What do you guys usually do with that piece of mail? Yeah, exactly. So you guys are just mostly like everybody else. So those forms of indirect marketing is kind of like a thing of the past. So that's why T-Mobile decided to work with us, because everything we do is direct to the consumer. So within the last couple of weeks, they've seen a huge rise of activations. I think just last week alone, us as a business, we were actually able to provide 8,000 households with some of the free products. So we've been helping them grow rather quickly. That's one of the biggest reasons they want to keep working with us. Reason why we actually want to work with them is because they're looking to open about 30 offices just like this one across the state of California. So that's allowing us the biggest opportunity to be able to promote more managers out of the building. So at the end of the day, guys, what we're looking for, we're looking to bring someone on board, get them into more of a management position, so that way they can help us oversee these new open markets for our client T-Mobile. Obviously, they're gonna put someone through that same structure that I went through, and the biggest reason why we're putting someone through that MIT structure instead of just hiring someone into a management position is because our $1 billion client T-Mobile is not gonna feel comfortable putting someone into a management role unless they have the previous experience doing the sales and marketing side of it as well. So anybody here in the business that's in a management position has all gone through the training program. There's no exceptions about it. And the biggest reason why we do that is because I'm pretty sure that you guys have probably worked a job outside of this where they put someone into a management position that has no previous experience doing what you guys are doing. And usually, how does that usually tend to work out?
Not very well.
Yeah, I mean, most of the time, you guys got to think about it. Sometimes we're the ones that have to end up training the managers. So that's why T-Mobile's not going to put someone into that position unless they have our stamp of approval, basically meaning that they've completed the MIT program successfully. The good thing about that now, though, guys, is what actually used to be about 12 to 14 months got condensed down to 6 to 9 months, just because they are looking to open these offices rather quickly. So if anything, I'm a little bit jealous just because it did take me 13 months to get through the program. And now they actually condensed it and it's less than a year to get through the program now. So just to touch base again, guys, like I said, we're looking to bring someone on board and put them through the structure I went through. So the first couple of weeks, we're going to teach them the sales and marketing side of it. After that, we're going to move them more into a supervisor role. We're going to teach them the leadership skills, leadership habits, how to the HR onboarding process, how to conduct interviews, how to train someone. The supervisor role lasts anywhere between 3 to 4 months before we do move someone forward to the assistant manager behind the scenes role. Where now, like I said, you guys can say that we kind of kidnap someone and just keep them in the office. And now they're just working side by side with the CEO, just getting all that hands-on experience on the back end of the business. Once Aaron sees that this individual has everything down, at that point they get promoted to the management position. And that's when the individual gets to decide if they want to stay here in Ontario and co-run the business here with him, or if they want to go and choose to branch off into the new open markets across California. And guys, we also do work with a lot of Fortune 500, Fortune 100 clients as well. So if someone ever did want to switch clients somewhere down the line, there's also a possibility for that as well. But guys, I know right now I threw a bunch of information at you, but I hope that it kind of clears it up. So essentially, we're just looking to bring people on board and get them into more of a management position so they can help us oversee these new open markets. And obviously, we know that a management role is not gonna be easy. It's gonna be more responsibility. But with that being said, because a huge chunk of T-Mobile's customers actually come from the California Lifeline program, they do pay us pretty well. So here in the business, first-year managers are making anywhere between $90,000 to $120,000 that first year, and these levels do increase after year 2 and year 3. And obviously, we know that moving from a few months of training to a 6-figure income isn't going to come easy either. So it is going to be tough. It is going to be competitive. And one of the biggest things is that we do demand personal development from our managers just because we do want them to be the best leaders that they can be. And at the same time, guys, we know that not everyone's going to be willing to put in the work. So we know that not everyone's going to make it. And here we're a little bit weird. We actually look at that as a good thing, just because we do have certain standards and qualifications we want someone to meet. So we're not really looking to bring everyone on board. We're only looking for the right self-motivated individuals. Just because I personally like to compare it to like the NFL. Do you guys ever think that the NFL is going to lower their standards just to bring more people onto the team? Yeah, no, because I mean, obviously if that was the case, you guys will probably have people like me out there trying to throw the ball and then nobody's going to want to watch football anymore. So that's why we have that kind of standard that we want people to meet. So that's why we're not really looking for anyone with sales experience. We're not looking for anyone with marketing experience. We're just looking for someone that's going to be willing to work hard, someone that doesn't see any tasks too big or too small, someone that's going to be a really good student, someone with really good communication skills, and probably one of the biggest things is going to be someone that works well with a team. Just because here we don't have any lone wolf situations, we do work really closely together. We also do a lot of fun stuff together as well. Just like every Wednesday, we actually have something called Team Night, where we get together with everyone from the office and we hang out outside of work just to get to know each other on a more personal level. Just like yesterday, we actually had a potluck here in the office. We all brought all kinds of different food. We just ate, we played some games, just kind of hung out. Honestly, to me, that's probably one of the biggest things I love about this business, because every job that I had worked at, I always felt like I always had some sort of animosity with someone that was working there, and it just made for an uncomfortable work environment. Here, honestly, I hate to sound cliche, but it's almost like a little tight-knit family. So that's one of the biggest things I do love about the business. But guys, before I do wrap this interview up by going over the scheduling and the pay, let's go ahead and start off with Alexia. Alexia, so far, does everything make sense, and is it something that aligns with what you're looking for in your career right now?
Yeah, I would say so, yes.
Perfect. And if everything were to work out, when would you be available to start?
I think in like about 2 weeks, just to give my other jobs notice.
Gotcha. All right. Thank you, Alexia. All right, Anthony, same for you, man. Does everything make sense, and does it align with what you're looking for in your career right now?
Yeah, it does.
All right.
Very cool.
And then same for you. If everything were to go well, when would you be available to start?
Mine's a little different, like next week.
Next week. Gotcha. All right. Thank you, Anthony. All right, next let's go with Miss Natalie. Same for you. Does it make sense and does it align with what you're looking for right now?
Yes, definitely, and I could start immediately.
Gotcha. All right, thank you, Natalie. Alfonso, same for you, man. Does it make sense and does it align?
Cool. Can I ask you a few questions first?
Yes, sir.
All right. So is it solely commission based? Is it hourly rate plus commission?
So that's a great question. I was gonna get into that right after I asked you guys this real quick. So we'll get into that right now.
All right. I can start in about a month. So a lot of interviews and options to look after.
Gotcha. All right, man. Thank you. And Adriana, same for you. Does everything make sense and does it align with what you're looking for in your career right now?
Yes, definitely.
Gotcha. And then the same for you. If everything were to go well, when would you be available to start?
I would probably say 2 weeks so I could give my job.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you, guys. All right, guys. So right now I'm gonna go ahead and go over the pay, the scheduling. If you guys have any questions, we'll go ahead and save those for the end. So, like I said, guys, I'm gonna start off with the pay. So I'm gonna work my way backwards from the management position down to the entry level position. So, like I said, guys, first year managers here in the business are making anywhere between 90 to 120,000 that first year, and these levels do increase after year 2 and year 3. And I know this is where I get a lot of people where they tell me like, okay, like what's the catch? How does someone go from entry level to making a 6-figure income? And it's just kind of like I said, guys, there's really no catch. It's just gonna be competitive, challenging, and not everyone's gonna make it. So that's just the biggest thing about it. So working backwards from the management position is gonna be the assistant manager behind the scenes role, where like I said, this individual is gonna be focused in the office, working side by side with the CEO. This person's gonna be making $52,000 a year, which is $1,000 a week, plus bonuses and incentives as well. Working backwards from there is going to be the supervisor account manager role and also the entry level distributor phase. So for these two positions, we do offer 2 packages someone can choose from. Someone can either choose to do a $600 base pay weekly salary, which is week to week and is capped off at $600. Or someone could actually choose to do a performance-based package, which this one is basically uncapped. It just depends on how someone performs in a day. And just looking at last week's checks, those always range anywhere between $800 to $1,250 for the week. And we do have some outliners here making $1,400 to $1,600 a week as well. The good thing about these packages though, guys, is that at any given time, they are interchangeable. So someone is free to choose whatever package they want, and they can always interchange between the packages as well. So now moving into the scheduling, guys, like I said, this used to be a 12 to 14 month MIT program, but it did get condensed down to 6 to 9 months just because our current client T-Mobile is looking to open these offices rather quickly. So since we did have to condense the program down, it is a lot of information jam-packed into a few months. So we did decide to invest an extra day. So right now we're working Monday through Saturday. Monday through Friday is gonna be 10:30 a.m. to 7 o'clock p.m. And then Saturday is gonna be a little bit more of a quicker day. We actually come in at 9:30 a.m. and we leave at about 3 o'clock p.m. But either way, guys, that scheduling is only when someone's going through the management and training program. Once someone gets into their own management position, at that point they get to decide their own schedule. So we do have some managers here in the business that have a family of 3 kids, they're married. They choose to work 20 hours for the week, and that's perfectly fine. And we also have other managers, like our manager, Aaron. His family's all actually down in Dallas, Texas, so he chooses to work 80 hours for the week. Honestly, though, once someone gets to the management position, it really doesn't matter to the client how long the person works. Just as long as they're being responsible and keeping up with the daily duties, that's the most important thing that matters to the client. So, guys, before we do go ahead and wrap this up, Alexia, do you have any questions for myself?
I think the only questions that I had was if you guys offered like any kind of benefits or insurance for your employees.
So that's a great question. So because we do fall under 60 employees, we don't offer nothing during the beginning stages. What we do though, we do offer a voucher if someone does want to get like discounted medical insurance for the time being. But once someone does get into more of the assistant manager management position, that's when they get to decide if they want like HMO, PPO. They basically get to decide their own plan.
Okay.
Perfect. All right, and then Anthony, do you have any questions for myself?
No, I'm pretty basic about that. That's pretty self-explanatory.
Perfect, man. Natalie, questions for myself?
No, not really.
Right.
I think everything was well explained. And you guys are located in Ontario?
Yes, Ontario.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So the office right now is like what? How many people right now do you guys have?
I think in total we have about 30 people, I think like around 25, 30 people.
Oh, okay, and is it like, are you doing like phone calls and stuff like that?
No, so right now the best approach, T-Mobile actually decided that the best approach is a face-to-face approach. So right now we're working in residential areas. We basically just get a list of addresses from the state, and we basically just drop off the free product to the person in the household that has the benefits.
Oh, okay, sounds good.
Perfect. Alfonso, any questions for myself, man?
Yeah, real quick.
Hmm?
What was the schedule for Monday through Friday? again?
So Monday through Friday is gonna be 10:30 a.m. to 7 o'clock p.m. And then did you get that one for Saturday?
Yes, Saturday, 9:30 to 3?
Yes, perfect.
10:30 to
Oh, right.
7:30 PM?
10:30 to 7.
Oh, okay, to 7 PM, okay. And then Friday is 9 to 3.
No, Saturday is 9:30 to 3.
I mean, I'm sorry, 9 to 3, yeah. Okay.
Any other questions, Alfonso?
Yeah, you said you guys are getting a contract with Nestle, right?
Yeah, so we actually do work with Nestle already. That's why we said if anybody did want to switch clients down the line, they could also switch to different clients because we do work with clients such as like Nestle, Costco, Walmart, AT&T. And I'm pretty sure that you guys have seen Shark Tank as well. We also work with some products that are featured on Shark Tank as well. So we do have a lot of different clients that we could always work with.
All right, okay, cool. Things looking good so far.
Cool. Any other questions, Alfonso?
Not at the moment, no.
Alright, perfect. And then last but not least, Miss Adriana, do you have any questions for myself?
No, I think you covered everything.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Alright, cool. So guys, let me tell you what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna get all the information I got from you guys right now. I'm gonna discuss that with Aaron and the rest of the hiring team. If you guys are selected to come into the office, like I said, that's my favorite interview. That's when they're gonna go into further depth and detail about the position. You guys will actually have that with one of our account managers that's actually going through the program right now. So you guys can definitely feel free to pick their brains and ask them any other questions or concerns you guys have as well. But can you guys do me a huge favor and keep your phones on you between now and let's say approximately 4 p.m.?
Yeah, sure.
Perfect. So
Yes.
you guys are gonna get a call from our administrator, Jamie. If for some reason she ends up getting too busy, you guys will get a direct call from either my manager, which is 206 Washington, Seattle area code, or if they for some reason both end up getting busy, I have no problem making the call myself. That's gonna be a 909 area code number. So just be on the lookout for any weird numbers giving you guys a call throughout the day. It's not gonna be your guys' car's extended warranty, so just please make sure you guys pick up the call. But besides that, guys, thank you guys so much for hopping on this call, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks.
Actually, I do have
Thank you for
one
your
more
time.
question.
Oh, Alfonso, shoot.
You mentioned the pay for the manager, the assistant manager, the supervisor, but what about for when we're doing those door-to-door sales?
Yeah, so that the entry level and the supervisor is basically the same thing. That's why they get to choose from the two different packages.
okay. My bad, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right, guys. Well, besides that, guys, thank you guys so much, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Okay?
Thank you
Thanks.
so much.
Thank
for
you.
your time.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
That's good.
Thank you. I've been doing those for a while now.
Yeah, we do it differently. I don't like how we do it, to be honest.
No?
I don't like it. We actually went a little bit more into. Oh, recording YouTube, by the way.
Oh.